Peace, peace, peace. I hope all is well. We are back with another installment of the Kings of Company. I am Fahara Farmer, and this is the one and only Dominique Lawson, man. How are you doing?
Man, I'm living a dream, brother. Tired, but living a dream, brother.
All right, all right. First thing I want to say is congratulations. I think there's some nominations you got, or you getting in some nominations for the podcast, which I knew
Yeah,
was coming.
yeah. I mean, just did some submissions
Yeah,
to Tribeca Film Festival and for the Webbies. That's a big one. The Webbies is a pretty big one.
yeah.
And submission for the American Black Film Festival down in Miami. They have a podcast competition
That's
that
awesome.
they started this year. Entered that, and then Tribeca they have an audio storytelling competition as well. And then in a few weeks here, we'll be submitting for Third Coast, which is a big international audio storytelling competition as well. Man, just out here, man. Living my podcast life. About to hop. Like I was telling you earlier, man, about to hop on these flights though, because
Yeah, man.
South by Southwest is around the corner. And so just it's it comes with it, right? We
Yeah,
asked for this lifestyle. We asked to grind, and it just goes to show what we talk about in Kings of Company. We just out here just spitting hot air. Like
yeah.
we actually do what we're sharing with our audience. And so man, just out here on this last day of Black History Month, man, just trying to out here be black excellent. You know what I mean?
I feel you, man. I feel you, man. And getting all submissions in, that to me, they automatically turn into nominations. You know what I'm saying? Because of the
I
hard
feel
work,
you.
man.
I feel you.
Yeah, then speaking into existence, that's a whole thing itself. But man, that's awesome, man. I appreciate Italy Maciano. She already in early. Thank you so much for
Italy.
tuning in. It's one of our great listeners, man, and music artist. So if you hadn't already, go and look up and subscribe to the YouTubes and all the stuff on the interwebs. You know what I'm saying? Go
Gotta
and
get
get
on
it
them
in, man.
interwebs.
But yeah, man.
Congratulations to you though, man. You got
Oh
the,
man.
you got the big tour coming up, man. I mean, congratulations to you too, brother. Don't even have me out there by myself, man. We growing together, baby. What is you doing?
Oh man, I'm with it. I'm with it, man. A couple business things I got going. I got to be in Vegas next month. Then got to get Chicago, Nashville, and possibly Baltimore.
Man,
Um,
listen.
yeah, this gonna be a summer for the ages right here, man. Because I already know your summer gonna be crazy.
Man, I don't want to think about my summer. It's like, listen, okay. You know, it's like being at the things I'm cool with,
Yeah,
but having to prepare the travel for the things is the part that, like, oh my god,
yeah, yeah.
scheduling stuff and all this other stuff. So yeah,
Man, that's the business because this thing is all about growth at the end of the day, and we
facts,
appreciate that, Italy. Like this,
absolutely.
it's gonna be crazy this summer. So anybody want to tag along with me, man, just get your plane tickets together because I'm going on full tour, man. And Dominique, you said you're gonna be somewhere soon. I talked to you a little earlier, man. Where is that again? What not
Man,
South by
I'm
Southwest, but the other one. Was it another one?
uh the American Black Film Festival down in Miami.
Okay, you
Is
did
that what
say
you're
that.
talking about?
You
Yeah,
did say
yeah,
that. Okay, you
yeah,
did say
yeah. That one, yeah, down in Miami. So,
that. Yeah.
yeah. So, they're doing a podcast audio competition, down there. So we submitted uh, our piece, our content, if you
Okay.
will, so people say. And
Yeah.
so, man, just out here trying to be great, man. We'll see. We'll
Hey,
see.
no trying, man. It's already done. No trying, it's already done, man.
Right.
But I want to say this before we get into it. Last 2 weeks ago, we ended the show and Lawrence Thompson got on. And
Yes, he did.
Lawrence Thompson, if you don't know who he is, he's 25%, of the Kings of Company, and he's overseas fighting for our country. and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning where he was, and
Mhm.
still tried to find a way to get on. So that's crazy loyalty right there, and
Right.
a great sportsman and somebody that really wants better for himself and all of us by teaching, because he teaches me, and teaching is the king of the company, man. When I seen that and he hopped on, we were talking. What you think about that, man?
Man, well, first of all, I feel like he on some secret mission because he was real cagey about where he was. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause, he was very like non-committal and very discreet about what he was talking about, and very but besides all that though, I mean, I think it just speaks to why we call him the law. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like that dude understands that, like things shift, but the grind don't stop. You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
And the thing is, but it also, goes to show his commitment to us, to this
yeah,
platform, and to our community that we've built. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And he understands and respects that. And and even though he wasn't able to be on the live version, he still was able to come in and contribute and stuff like that. So I mean, it's like it's awesome, it's dope, but I wouldn't expect anything less from the law. That
right.
because that's just who he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and that says a lot, man. So I wanted to make sure I say that because I would have understood if he couldn't do it. You
Absolutely,
know, yeah,
absolutely,
yeah, and
absolutely.
by you being a veteran yourself, you know, that's
I
not
get it
easy to do what he did.
because the thing is, like, take away the physical aspect of it, just the
Yeah,
mental shift to do
yeah,
that, right? Because if you're deployed, you're overseas, you have a mindset, right? And
yeah,
so, I think to make that mental mind shift says a lot. But I think we're also able to give him just a little piece of home while he's away,
right.
and to kind of have that little bit of escape for what he's doing and stuff like that. So, but nah, man, it doesn't surprise me at all that he did that. Like, I'm sorry, it surprised me that he hopped on
Yeah,
because of the time and stuff like that. But it does not surprise me that he hopped on because of the character and we know who he is. Does that make sense?
that makes a lot of sense, man. That makes a lot of sense, man. So I don't want to hold too long, man. Like, I appreciate you all for tuning in. And if we say something that touch your heart, as I always say, we are always over here at the Cash App. You know what I'm saying? We over here at the Cash App. So if you see any, you hear anything that blesses your heart, and you got a giving spirit today. The
Right,
Kings of Company is accepting all donations from zero to infinity.
right,
We're
exactly.
accepting. Well, from one into infinity.
Right, exactly, because that's just we take all donations. If you got a $1.50, so my guy can get a chicken plate or something, then let's
So
do it. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
Just something, just a little
yeah,
something, just a
yeah.
little something.
One thing I can say is last week when people gave, truly appreciate it. But
Absolutely,
I didn't know that YouTube take out what they take out. I know they took
man.
out something, but I ain't know they take out what they take out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So if you're on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell today. We on here once a month. We on here. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell. But if you want to pay on YouTube, that's cool. We cool with it. You know what I'm saying? But
mhm.
we get 100% of the proceeds from Cash App. But
Right, right,
so
right,
pick whichever. We not like that. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate it.
right.
But I wanted to say that, get that out the way. There, okay?
Oh, absolutely,
Awesome.
absolutely. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. We gotta pay bills, brother. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, man.
it
'Cause
is what it is, and we
yeah,
already know. We already know the colorful company that is Alphabet, i.e. Google, what it used to be, that owns YouTube. They gonna get their money, so
right.
we got bills to pay. So
Right. And you can see, I know I normally have the logo at top. I put it right up there. So if we're talking and you want to bless the Cash App, you can just get your phone and scan there, and it goes straight to the Cash Appish. You know what I'm
right,
saying? So
absolutely,
yeah, so man,
absolutely,
let's get it going, man. I want to talk about a subject today that a lot of us are not. We're not. It's not in our everyday thing right now. It's not in our
right now.
Right now.
Right now.
It's not, and I see it. It's everything. It's everything right now as well. And it's something that if you're not looking into now, you're gonna come in last. If you got a business, if you got whatever you got, if it's social media, if it's even family stuff, you know what I'm saying? Even family stuff, it's in all genre because this is what's new. This is what's happening right now. You kind of don't want to be left behind. And what we're going to be talking about today is how can you use AI in your business? And as far as AI as a whole, it's a lifestyle now. It's like if you stop eating meat, it's a lifestyle change. It's something that's going to happen with or without you. So I ain't saying devote your whole life into artificial intelligence because that's the name of it. I ain't saying dedicate your whole life to it. I'm just saying that especially if you're in business, if you're making money, it's easier ways now to get your business across and what you're doing across. And why I bring this up is because when we got off last week, we stayed on almost another 45 minutes talking about artificial intelligence. So Dominique, man, what you got before we start, man?
Listen, the thesis for this episode today really should be, what you said, which is it don't have to be like your everyday super, abreast about AI and whatever, but you need to know at least what's going on when it comes to AI, because whether you like it or not, disagree with it or not, this is happening.
Yeah.
And you can't deny it, from Chat GPT to what was it? I think what was people doing a few months ago? Lensa with everybody was like kings and queens and space aliens and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? This is happening, and I think a lot of people are scared or whatever because because there's the whole Chicken Little thinking the sky's falling, AI is going to take our jobs, this, that, and the other. AI is not going to take your job. Somebody who knows how to work with AI is going to take your job. Okay? Because the thing is, what we have learned throughout history is that, like, while technology, yes, does automate things, right? And it does do away with other, with certain functions. It just means that the thing that the person was doing manually, they're allowed to do something else now to complement that automated function, right? Because I have been using Chat GPT, right? I went and somebody told me about it in, what was it? Clubhouse, I believe. Somebody told me about it in Clubhouse, and I was like, that seems interesting. And so I started playing around with it, and I was like, this is game changing right here.
Yeah.
This is game changing right here, right? And I just started playing around with it, and I won't get too deep into it because maybe we'll get into this conversation but my point is like my mind was blown. It was blown. I was like, you mean to tell me this is how far we've come? To be able to have artificial intelligence literally at the tip of your fingers, to do like actual creative work, actual work, actual whatever kind of work. And I don't mean from the standpoint of like, because some people are doing this, like type something in the Chat GPT and then strictly copy and paste. No. I'm not talking about that. I mean, understanding how you can leverage something like a Chat GPT or whatever AI you're doing to just better enhance what you've already collectively or overarching doing. You know what I mean? And so the people who figure that out are going to be the ones who are dangerous. And I mean dangerous in the sense of like in the marketplace out here getting stupid paid. Because now with Chat GPT, you have people who are what they call prompt engineers. So literally overnight, right? Literally overnight, we have a new industry. We have a new job title, right? And I'll just say this point, and I'll land my plane. And the reason I singled out ChatGPT because that's the one that's kind of be in the news, and honestly, that's the one I'm familiar with because there are so many things,
Man.
so many avenues, so many platforms, so many services that are AI generated. I can't keep up with it. It's too many. And I
Yeah.
don't mean too many in the sense like it's overwhelming. It kind of is, but I mean it's just so many that it's like it just goes to show again this is happening. And so, and then I'll say this and I'll land this plane. I know I just said that. I'm really for the land the plane this time for sure. I think ChatGPT was like the fastest growing servers, digital space or digital item ever when it accumulated a 1 million users, active users in 5 days.
Yeah.
Like that's absurd.
Yeah.
Right. And so again, if you're not at the very least keeping up or just staying abreast, not like a super fan, but just staying abreast of AI, you're gonna be hurting. You're gonna be hurting a little bit, or at the very least, you're not gonna get to the goal. You're gonna get to the goal, and it's just gonna be dust left. That's it. Done speaking. I promise.
No, you're good. You're good because ChatGPT is one of the ones. I met this guy about a week or so ago, almost 2 weeks ago. And he introduced me into a world that I do marketing and promotion. That's what I do. And I make money in it. I help people market and promote their business. I help people figure out how to I help people get monetized on on social media and stuff like that. That's what I do. I figured it out. And that's what you do. Like that's what business is. That's what knowledge is. You figure something out and you figure out a way to get paid for it. That's what business is. You figure it out and you figure out a way to make it profitable. So he started showing me stuff. I wish I had one right here. I wish I would have thought about it. But he have these little pins. And if you go to download the app on your phone and you put it on your you turn your camera on, the pin, it catch the pin. And it makes the image that it want to make, or whatever image is in that pin. So you can use that for Snapchat. You can use this for any of your social media, or you can use it for business if you want something to come up or branding or whatever. And I'm like, how did you even find out about it? He said, my AI told me about it. I said, what you mean your AI? He was like, I've created quite a few AIs, and they teach me and I teach them. And I'm like, what do you mean? You're talking Spanish to me now. And he started telling me that he runs his business from his AI. Like I told him what I do, and he looked at me like, you overworking. That's exactly how he looked at me. He looked at me like you overworking.
I believe it.
Yeah. And he said, when I have a client that want a business card, a logo, or a website, I just type in to tell my AI, type in this type of website. He go in and type in everything you need. I need a domain name, blah, blah. He typed it in, the domain name, blah, blah. One of the guys he did that for was there that night. And I actually met him. And he said he built my whole business in 30 minutes. He built my whole business in 30 minutes.
I believe it.
Like that's almost scary to me. Like do y'all record the show? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It'll be on YouTube when it goes off. Appreciate that. Dale One Coleman. Make sure y'all check out Dale One Coleman, Daniil. He do everything. So check out my guy, man. I appreciate you tuning in as well. Much love. But it will be on YouTube and IVD Network on Roku. So there you go, man. But he showed me everything like as much as he could, because this is at a venue. This is like at a venue about the venue was about this guy that started his own gosh, I can't even think of the name now. NFT.
Okay, yeah. Non-fungible token. Yeah.
He started his own NFT company, but it's with music, which everybody knows NFT and music been going together for a minute now. And good affirmation. Love, brother. And he's starting his own NFT business as far as just music. in the NFT realm, and I went to one of his to his thing, and that's what I met the guy at. Which that's amazing by itself, figuring all that stuff out. Oh my gosh, I know a couple well-known rappers did it, but I didn't know to the extent of NFTs, and which we need to do that. We need to have a show on NFTs, and I can bring somebody on. Yeah, we need to have a show on NFTs. I'm glad I thought of that because I can't say everything now. But I met the guy there, and he's helping this company with his AIs with NFT. I was like,
I believe it.
I literally just couldn't believe the things that he was telling me and how he didn't want to tell me I'm working too much or I'm working too hard. He wanted to just tell me to catch up. Cause there's people out here that's it's people out here that's smarter than me. And if you still there, you're gonna get lost in the sauce. Right. And that was scary to me because that's how I make my money. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I build my business. That's how I help here with the Kings of Company. That's how people even help me in that realm of emails and this and that. Tell me what you want, blah, blah. And it's going away. It's going away. Like he gave me 2 AIs. And when I tell you that this is on a whole nother level that we on and what we're being taught and how we're taught on YouTube as far as business and get your business, get on to my my payment plan and I'll show you how to blah, 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 and this and that. Their time is gone.
Listen, I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm gonna say this real quick.
I want to say this for you.
Go ahead.
I kind of want this to be like a conversational. We don't have to do it like we normally do it. This is just something so serious that it's almost a warning alert, and I want to alert everybody. So this is basically Kings of Company and you all can speak whenever you like. This is just a conversational show right now. So if you got any questions, go ahead and ask because we just talking right now. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
No, man, I cut you off. No, I just wanted to say real quick because, like, when you was talking about creating a business and stuff like that in 30 minutes, I believe you, and it just made me think of the evolution, right? So, everybody knows, I like to talk about how I interviewed the co-founder of Netflix, like because interviewing him was a game changer for me. But in that conversation, he was talking about the evolution of starting a company because he was saying that how when he started Netflix, it took him months to put it together, right?
All right.
But by the time of our conversation, he was like at the point where his son started a company, an internet company, it took him like a weekend. And now you're saying now that it can be like 30 minutes, right? So we go from months. Well, let me do this here. Months, a weekend, 30 minutes.
Man.
And so if Netflix was 97, Netflix started in 97. And so it took from 97 to 2019. So what's that? 20 years, 22 years.
Yeah. Wow.
23 years, because 2020 is when I talked to him. So in 23 years, we've gone from a couple of months to a weekend. And from 2020 to 2023, we've gone to 30 minutes. So I point that out to say, and I know that sounds redundant, it just goes to show the evolution of what has happened here, right? One of the things we used to do here in the Kings of Company was the book of the day. And one of the books we talked about was Quantum Marketing from the chief marketing officer of MasterCard. And he had 4 pillars about, quantum marketing and what it looks like. But one of those pillars was artificial intelligence. So again, and I say this all the times on the Kings of Company, it's easy to tell the future when you pay attention to what's going on around you.
Yeah.
If you pay attention to what's going on around you, you're not surprised about what's going on in the future. Now, there'll be that initial, hey, what they doing over there? Right? And that curiosity, you go and figure it, it's like you still like, how can I apply that to XYZ with what I'm doing? Right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, with it just dawned on me like a few weeks ago. Like, I'm thinking that I was just using AI in podcasting since I got Chat GPT like a few months ago, or whatever.
Yeah.
But I've been using AI in podcasting since 2016 because that's when I got the Grammarly service. Grammarly is the service where you type and it counts all your words and say, hey, maybe you should say it this way as opposed to that way. That's artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
The way I edit my podcast with the script, right? Where it literally, let's say I flub a word, it uses this thing called overdub, where it goes through machine learning and learns my voice, learns my style, this, that, and the other. So that way, moving forward, if I flub a word, I don't have to record it anymore. I just type it.
Right.
And it sounds just like me.
Yeah.
And I don't have to go in the studio to re-record it. That's artificial intelligence. That's machine learning, right? So, and then, and again, I'm going to use ChatGPT probably from the basis for a lot of this conversation here, because that's like my main point, my main thing that I use right now. Now, Kenda.
Yeah.
Kenda is smart as hell.
Yes.
And she is a master's degree in education. That is literally right there.
Right.
We took an episode of Black is America, put it in the ChatGPT, the transcript, right? Put the transcript into ChatGPT. And we said, hey, create show notes for this podcast. It created show notes.
Yeah.
Hey, take the transcript and create a podcast description. It did that too. I use ChatGPT. See?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like, we're seeing people, to my guy's point, we're seeing people core values. I've seen people have I can't even say it right. ChatGPT create a contract.
Yeah.
I've seen ChatGPT, create a standard of operating procedures, SOPs.
Yeah.
And so, I put all that stuff in there, right? And going back to the point where I brought him Kenda, I was like, okay, ChatGPT, from this transcript, create a lesson plan from this podcast episode. Like that, it created a lesson plan. I said, okay, hold please. Hey, Kenda, come check this out. Come look at this. Now, keep in mind, you know how smart she is.
Yeah.
She's been doing this for a very long time.
Yeah.
She writes curriculum for a living, pays the mortgage. Okay. Yeah. She looked at that. She was like, wow, it ain't perfect. It ain't far off.
It is.
It ain't, like I can use it and put a little seasoning on it, but it's a nice basis. I was like, okay, ChatGPT, let's do this one. Create me some questions for this episode. It created questions that you could use for a lesson plan. I'm like, okay, ChatGPT, and this is my last one. Create me some critical thinking questions using the Common Core standard and give me the standard for each question. ChatGPT not only gave me the critical thinking question, it gave me the Common Core standard for that question. I said, hey, Kenda, come look at this. Same thing. She was like, that ain't bad. That ain't bad.
Yeah.
So again, when we talk about machine learning and artificial intelligence, and keep in mind, Kenda was not threatened by it at all. She saw it as a resource, right? And so when you see something like artificial intelligence as a resource and as a threat, right, then I think, it lowers your anxiety, but also at the same time, how you can probably leverage it, right? And that's with other, like there's a service right now in podcasting where you can create artificial intelligence will create you royalty-free music.
Yes, I seen that.
It was like, that is absurd to me. Yeah. So again, I think if you embrace it, and I don't mean like embrace it, like because I get like the threat of like Terminator T-1000s come knocking on your door. I get it, I understand it.
Eventually, probably.
Yeah, right. I get it. But I think in the meantime, before the robots take over,
Yeah.
but I think it's something you can be leveraged in your business.
Yeah.
And we all know, I mean, think about it. It can write you a business plan. It can write you a proposal. It can write you social media posts. It can write you blogs. You just say, hey, ChatGPT, create me a blog post about why customer service is great or why customer service is important. Also in that blog, create 5 bullet points as to why that's important. Right? Now, granted, I wouldn't copy and paste because ChatGPT or any kind of AI, it ain't perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you need to go and do fact checking and stuff like that. That's where some of the work is. But at the very least, it's still some of your thoughts. It's literally like you being like a big time CEO and just telling somebody to type for you.
Yeah.
That's literally all it is, right? It's no different than like somebody you having a secretary or somebody typing it for you. It's just like that. So again, there's a way to leverage it. You don't have to be scared about it. There's a way to leverage it. That's it. That's all
Yeah, man. And you're 100% right. I mean, cause that was one of the first AIs I got, and it's so available. And the thing is that when I got it, I just couldn't believe it. Like I couldn't believe all the hard work I put into so much stuff, and I could ask this thing to do a simple thing for me, and it gets it done. I want to shout this guy out too. Like he's somebody I met here in San Diego. He's a master builder. He builds buildings and houses. Like he's an amazing guy. He invited me to his establishment where they have meetings every month, like we do here at the Kings of Company, where they teach about real estate and more about the real estate business. So y'all see him in here. His name is the same thing on Instagram. Make sure y'all look him up. Y'all want to know anything about real estate. Y'all want to know anything about building properties or anything like that. I appreciate him for inviting me to his event. And I had an awesome time. So I want to make sure I do that and say that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's amazing. He's an amazing brother. He's beautiful wife, man. They're just amazing people, man. And they're here in San Diego, man. So blessings to you, man. And thank you for tuning in, by the way. It's a new face. So thank you for tuning in. Yeah. And Miss Sister Dockery came in and said, hello, Kings. Hello, Miss Dockery.
Dockery, what's going on?
Thank you so much for tuning in. But I want to say, the thing is that, like he said, don't be afraid of AI because you use it anyway.
You already used it.
You're already using it. You've been using it for years. It's been like, hold on, it's like relax creativity. So, for sure. Like I said, it's not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like if you do have an AI and it is creating information for you, like what I've done with it, I've had to go back and make it mine. You know what I'm saying? I had to make it mine. It's doing it from a everybody or the internet standpoint. You know, nothing's like putting your hand on it yourself and doing it. Nothing's like that.
Oh no, the human brain is the most powerful computer known to man. Like every day and twice on Sunday. And I understand Del One's point, right? Which is why I was saying earlier is like this is not a situation to copy and paste. That's not what this is. This is I think when I say leverage it, I don't mean leverage it like that. Because like even with a Grammarly or a ChatGPT, I use it as maybe a researcher, right? So I'm writing an episode about like World War II or something, right? Like that, right? But I need some background information on something. And so instead of using Google, I just use like a ChatGPT, just like, hey, give me some information about this. And at the very least, it'll help me know what direction to go to. It'll help spark the brain of creativity, right? And so I'm with you, Del One, but I really think of it as in a situation where it's like, it's helping you to not do, it frees you to not do all the automated stuff that somebody else can do or something else can do. So that way you can be more creative. And so I would never tell anybody, and I know you're not saying that, Del One, but I would never tell anybody to just simply copy and paste, like here, send. No. Because I mean, honestly, if you're doing it that way, you're just as bad as people who just don't want to acknowledge it, and don't want to use it, don't want to leverage it at all, because that's just problematic.
Yeah, I mean, because the thing is, with the type of stuff I use it for, it's it's like I got to the point that it's my now Google. It's my
Pretty
Google.
much. Yeah,
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 it's
yeah,
my
for
Google now.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because like if I wanted to write, I ain't saying to do this, but if you was in school and you had a project,
Man, listen, people already
man,
doing that. People already doing that.
I'm
People
telling you,
already doing that.
if it was about Rosa Parks, if it was about whatever it was, you know, if it was about somebody living today, and you say write me a essay on President Barack Obama.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, you're getting an A. You know what I'm saying? You're getting an A. And the thing is, it can be a cheat code if you use it as cheat code, but I wouldn't use this that because you still need to use this. I would
Right,
use
of
it
course.
as a step stool, you know, as a step ladder, or you know what I'm saying, or
Like I said,
something.
I use it as a research assistant. That's basically what it is. It's a
Yeah,
research assistant,
yeah,
right? It's like at the end of the day, I make the final call. You know
yeah,
what I mean? And it's not even like is that's because the thing is like that's the thing I'm starting to see now, right? Because you just starting to see people just copy and pasting,
yeah.
right? And while you it's like chicken with no seasoning.
It's
Because
still
if you
chicken.
just it's
It's
still
still
chicken.
chicken, but
It's still chicken, but it ain't grandma chicken, is it? It ain't. Is it? It ain't grandma chicken, is it? Like it's somebody else's chicken, and you know damn well they don't know how to cook,
yeah,
right? But it's chicken though. It ain't
it's
gonna
chicken.
kill you,
Yeah,
right? You know, and so that's what I look at it because you've seen a lot of people just copy and paste, and while the information may be somewhat accurate, depending on if they fact checked it or not.
yeah,
It doesn't have a soul. It doesn't
no,
have creativity. It doesn't have this extra thing that has creativity. So it's just one of those situations where it's like, again, you know, if you use AI to leverage in your business, it can be a game changer.
yeah,
But if you use AI to replace your business, that's problematic. And
yeah,
and you're not gonna go very far with that type of doctrine. You're just not.
yeah, because
You're
it's
just
not
not.
you. You know,
It's not you,
it's
right?
always best to have the information already in you. You know, but the AI can help in certain in this entities. Yeah, entities. It's the AI no different. Can
Exactly, Del one.
Oh yes, sir. For sure.
Exactly,
For sure.
exactly my point. It's
That's for
a
sure.
it's a tool to leverage, not a
Yep.
tool to replace.
Yeah. I
Eh,
mean, that's just like if you watch if you use Google, that's AI. If you use Google for anything, that's AI. If you make a website and it's already templates there for you, that's AI. If you're on Facebook and you're on YouTube and if you're on Instagram and Snap and TikTok and all that stuff, that's AI. All of this stuff is AI. It's artificial intelligence. That's why you can go on Instagram and put a reel up and it get 10,000 views. You ain't got but 150 people that's following you. AI is sending it to the rest of the people. Let me see what Italy said. I saw a little boy on TikTok the other day using AI to complete his math homework. I wish I. Yeah, I mean it's literally that simple. And the thing is that one thing I'm learning about AIs is that, and I learned from the guy that told me about it. Like he opened my eyes up to this new world and I feel like I'm growing every day. You know, I
Mhm.
really feel like that I'm growing every day. And when I hear stuff like that, and it's like only the smart people know this, only the tech people know this. No, they've been doing this for years. It's just the public. And I feel like I'm so ahead. I feel like I'm ahead of a lot of stuff that's in the public. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing one day I always say about me, and I love you and I thank you for that, bro. He's like, you always ahead of the curve. He always
Mhm.
tell me that. And when I hear stuff like what that guy was telling me about AI, I almost felt ignorant. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing wrong being ignorant. You know what I mean? That you just didn't know or you don't understand.
Means
You
there's room
know,
to grow.
yeah,
That's what that means. There's room to grow.
yeah, and that's exactly what it is. And at that point, I felt ignorant. Hey, Jen, what's going on?
What's up,
Blessings,
Jen?
blessings, blessings. And we appreciate that. But it's like when I got in the mindset, it's like I almost didn't want to accept it. I didn't want to accept it because it's like it can't do it like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, this is I'm I ain't cocky. I'm just confident in myself.
Right.
I said it can't do it like me. You know what I'm saying? And then he gave me 2 AIs and he was like, he sent me the links. He was like, go home and play with them. I mean, I was able to type in Dominique. I make logos. You know what I'm saying? I was type in cloud car. It made me 5 images of a cloud car. I've never seen a cloud car, but it gave me a visual. And I can take that and put it here. I can take that and put it there. I can say somebody come and ask for this, and I ain't gonna say I'm gonna use this the same exact cloud car. No, I'm gonna put my thing into it too. You see what I'm saying? It's
exactly.
like a stepping stool. You gotta catch up. Oh, okay, yeah. You watch the playback as well, but we just talking about artificial intelligence and how it's everything. So it's not like it's one AI that's gonna take over the world and just gonna do this. If you use Google for anything, that was the biggest AI for a long time. Until now, these other people are creating them, and they've been doing it for years. You know what I'm saying? This is not new. This is not decades old. This is old. This was in the 80s, the 60s, the 30s.
And I think it's just coming into the consumer market.
Yes.
On a vast space. You know, like the movie Top Gun, right? Used AI.
Yeah.
Top Gun used AI because Val Kilmer can't talk. Right. And so they used his son's voice, who does a really good impression of him, but they use AI to kind of enhance it to sound more like Val Kilmer. You know what I mean? And so it's like it's here. It's here. And so now we need to figure out how to leverage it.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Because even the commercials that we watch, those are not real people. A lot of those are not real people. It's I can't remember. I wish I would have thought about it before I started the show, but it's open to the public now where you can go in and get an AI. You can make her black. You can make her white. She can be Chinese. She can be Hispanic. She can be whatever. You can fix her voice how you want it to be, blah, blah. And all you do is type it in. Type in what you want her to say. And she going to look just like me and Dominique right now.
And the thing is that technology is only going to get better.
Yes, it's only going to get better. And they're using it in movies all the time. That's where you get the Transformers. That's where you get the Ninja Turtle movie and all that. That stuff is not there. It's artificial intelligence. Even when it comes to like cartoons and things like it, all of this stuff been here. The thing is that people like you and me are just really figuring it out. They're opening a lot of stuff to public because it's like regular people get into it and say, you know what, we're gonna charge you if you want to do it. You got to pay us now. It's a new job. So I ain't saying it's taken away from all the jobs because somebody still has to run artificial intelligence, but
it's like at least keep it in check.
Yeah, it's like you kind of almost want to be one of those people that's ahead of the curve and knowing that it's coming. And that's why we really want to talk about this, because we got offline last 2 weeks ago from the was it 2 weeks ago? No, last month.
Yeah, last month. Yeah,
last month. We got off last month, and this we talked about. And I just feel like it's so encouraging. Like it encouraged me when I listened to the guy tell me about it to be more up on what's around me, which I felt like I was. And that's why I felt so ignorant. But after I seen what he did and he showed me what he did, and he opened up a whole business for this guy in 30 minutes, like I'll be a fool to not tell the people that we talk to, that we communicate on a monthly basis on the Kings of Company, that this thing is real. And I'm telling you, once I get it to do, once I figure out exactly what I need it to help me with, y'all gonna see a different thing. Y'all gonna see a different me because I can't keep walking in the old when something new is right there waiting on me. It's in the palm of my hand, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm used to doing this. I'm not stuck on nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Right.
comfortable. If you to that point, it's you comfortable. You're getting comfortable, and when you getting comfortable, go ahead, man.
It's funny you mentioned that, and I'm a and this is go away from AI just a little bit and just talk about being comfortable. As it relates to podcasting. So because I started podcasting in 2016, and doing it for years, and then the pandemic happened, and then everybody named Mama had a podcast, right?
Yeah.
Which is fine, this that, and the other, but I knew that like they're gonna saturate the market, and it's gonna be harder to stand out. So I switched my style up,
Right.
and that was hard. That was very hard. The style of show I do now, it used to take me an hour 30 minutes to do a show. Now it takes 2 weeks to do one episode. You know what I'm saying? But it goes to show that, like, again, what you were saying about earlier, just staying just ahead of the curve and not being comfortable, right? It can put you in a situation where you're doing all right. And how the last 2 years has been for me. It's been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Been tired, but it's been phenomenal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when we go back to take it back to AI, when we talk about this, again, I can't say this enough. I get that people if you will put Italy's comment up there for me, because you talk about people being hesitant. And I get that.
Which one?
I think a lot of people are hesitant. I think a lot of people are hesitant when we gain new tools. It's hard to embrace new technology and use it to your advantage sometimes. Being curious and willing to learn will always propel you forward. And I think she's absolutely right. She's absolutely right. When we think about the gold rush and the people who went out like, oh, there's gold out here. Ain't no gold over there. Whatever. Ain't no gold over there. You talking nonsense.
Yeah.
And he cashing this big gold, ignet or gold nugget at Wells Fargo, and you out here scraping for gold dust. You know what I'm saying? Because he went to that new thing, or just anything else for that matter. Whether it be, I'm pretty people was like this with social media. People was like this with the internet. People was like this with all types of stuff, right? And sometimes you just have to just try stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And see if it works for you.
Right.
But like nobody has become something great by just simply sitting back and watching to see what happens. Right? Yeah. There's a time and a place to sit back and see what happens, but often not, you're going to get left behind. It's just that simple. And I get the hesitation. Anything new, you're hesitant about. You start dating somebody or whatever, you're going to be hesitant about like how you open up and this, that, and the other, right? And then you find out 3 years later that yes, they do scratch under their armpits or whatever weird they do, right? But my point is, like, we're all hesitant about stuff.
Right.
But even in, to use the metaphor of a relationship as it relates to this, you find out over time that like that person was the best thing that ever happened to you. Or this thing you did, you like, man, that's why sometimes for me, I look at my memories on social media and I just like, past Dominic, thank you. Because had you not done that, I wouldn't be here. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I don't know what you saw, but I appreciate you, brother, because me and my family just appreciate that. Like, I don't know why you was in that dark ass closet recording your voice and putting music to it. I don't know what you saw, brother, but thank you.
Yeah.
And sometimes right, and that's the thing, right? We sometimes have to go into a closet, picture ourselves in the future, come back out that closet, and then get to work. You know what I'm saying? But with that though, if there was ever a tool to help accelerate that progress forward, like an artificial intelligence, then why the hell not? I mean, like at the very least, go try it out. Go try it out before you figure out, like, nah, this ain't for me. If you try it out, you say it ain't for you, I get it. Not a problem. I get it.
Yeah. And
This
one
is
day,
why as a
right?
coach, we focus on the future. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and that's what we doing, because the thing is, it's not enough people telling us this because they don't want us to know.
Oh yeah, this definitely people don't want us to know.
Yeah, they don't want us to know, and that's what
These
that's what I
facts.
told the guy, and I was like, out of all the things I read every day, and I gain knowledge every day myself, I do this stuff myself, and I'm like, I seen it on TV with the Avatar lady and the dude. I seen, I was like, I thought that was like the beginning of something. I gotta pay a month subscription, which I wasn't. I wasn't wrong, but I didn't know it was that easy in my hands. I think a lot of people didn't think.
Yeah, this is the comment
Okay,
I saw earlier.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool, great. Okay. Yeah. Because if you, I put like this, if you doing something and it's not and it's not growing at all, and you consistently doing it, it's a reason for that. It's a reason.
What's the definition of crazy?
What genius?
No,
crazy.
Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Yeah, I'm thinking about great, insane, and genius. Okay, I got
you. We do a lot of reading, brother. So sometimes we conflating quotes and stuff like that. I get it. I do the same thing. Trust me. But now this is you, that's what you're talking about, though. You're doing the same thing over and over again, and we're like, why ain't I growing? Yeah. How come nobody download my show? How come ain't nobody talking about? Ain't nobody's why I ain't getting sales of my business? Yeah. I mean, I post on social media once a month. Yeah. I mean, that's gotta work, right? No.
Like, even with that, that's why reels are so important. That's why when YouTube seen what TikTok was doing, and then Facebook seen it, and Instagram seen it with the short videos and things like that. That's why YouTube, like, I'm telling anybody, I learned this stuff on YouTube. Like, I am with it. If you got a YouTube channel right now, you need to be doing reels. You need to be doing reels because they're in competition. And I promise, like, every reel I get, I don't care if it's 1,000 views to 50 views, I get a follower, I get a subscriber. And that's what they doing. They in competition. They figuring this stuff out. This AI is everything. I'm telling you, like, I have almost 3,000 some people subscribe to me on YouTube, and I'm monetized. I get paid for it. But I look at my reels and I see 1,500, 27. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. So I don't reach that many people by myself. It's their algorithm. It's their AI that's pushing it because it's in competition with another AI and with another AI. These AIs, these artificial intelligence are smart. And it's like, I don't want to get into that. I don't want to do that. And much love to you, Jen. Much love to you, Jen. Yeah. But it's like, it's like what they're doing is pushing your message, because they see value in you. Nobody's going to share your stuff if they don't see value. If the King's a company, nobody's going to share it if they don't see value in what we are doing, and we're just doing it for fun now. You know what I'm saying? Even if we giving away all the information, everything that people are not talking about, but if the person that's watching don't see value in it, it goes nowhere. And the thing is that artificial intelligence is something that's in your house. It's in your TV. It's in your phone. Your phone is the biggest part of artificial intelligence that you have, because you can go in and misspell a word and correct it for you. That's artificial intelligence. Like, we don't see it like that. We just see it as the cell phone.
Predictive what's it called? Predictive text.
Yeah, it gets used to what you talk about.
That's machine learning. I mean, like, hey, were you about to say this? Because you say it often.
Yeah,
you was about to say this, right?
Yeah,
I got you. No problem, fam. I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
And that's the reality of what we're saying today. Like I said, this wasn't even just a regular show today. It was basically.
I'm sorry, Siri.
What
do you think Siri is? Like, what do you think? Okay, Google or whatever Amazon was Alexa.
Alexa.
What do you think that is? So it's like you've already embraced AI.
Yeah.
You've already embraced it.
Yeah. The thing
now we just need you to embrace it in a different form, because that's what this is. We need you to embrace it in a different form.
Yeah. And you can embrace it in this form too, because we still live. You can go to
I love it. I love that segue.
if we say something that helped
Sorry.
you go to the Cash App. That's the QR code up there. If we saying anything to help you, you want to bless the Kings Company, we greatly appreciate it. Help us keep the website going, help us keep the merchandise, and us actually being on here and taking it and having time to be here, you know, because it's getting harder and harder every month.
Man, listen.
It's
Man.
getting harder. It's getting harder and harder every month, but it's something. This is something that was really dear to me. I had a whole nother vision for this week with the Kings of Company, but I'm glad that it turned out to this, because if we can't reach but the people that we're reaching, at least y'all know that this thing is happening, and it's happening in front of you. It's happening in your face, and to be cool with it, to be down with it, it don't take much. Like what's the first one you said? The first AI we was talking about earlier?
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean, we always open to the bag, G.
Hey, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying?
Works.
I'm with it.
Always looking for the bag.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. But it's like, if I found out something, why shouldn't I tell you? And that's the thing. That's the crab in the barrel mentality.
Yeah, you got it. That's it.
Yeah, when you learn something a little and you just tell me a little bit of it, or not tell me any at all, or tell me a little bit of it, so I won't overpass you. No, I want you all to really, if you got a business, if you got a company, if you got a family, if you got whatever you have right now, look at some some AI that could be a help. Not saying to be the dad or the mom or the professional. Like, no, it's certain stuff out there that can help. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I got something for y'all. I appreciate that. We appreciate that for sure.
But I'm glad you mentioned that, because dang it, I should have found that. There is a website, free Ledia, I don't know. There's a website that tells you all the AI things that are out right now, or maybe not all of them, but like a whole list of them, and it'll tell you what it is, what you can use it for, if it's free or not free. And I should have got that for our viewers today. Dang it, that my bad, y'all. There's a website that tells you all the stuff, so that way you just go and look and see what you can leverage. Yeah. And for the life of me, I can't think of that website. My bad, y'all.
It's cool. What we'll do is, when you figure it out, what we'll do is I'll put it in the comments.
Okay.
I'll put it in the comments. When you figure it out, just send to me and I'll put it in the comments.
I'm gonna keep looking. Okay, but go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm saying, so, and I know we normally do an hour, so we got a few minutes left. So I really want to do this to let you all know, if you do have something that you want to go to the next level, or you want to look better, or you just need more knowledge in it. These AI out here, it's AI activity out here that can help you in your situation, you know. And I'm not saying it's you. I'm not saying that it's better than you, but what is it to not make your situation better when it can be? Like, I don't necessarily have to call Dominique every time with podcast stuff now, which all that's taken care of, and you're gonna start hearing the Kings of Company on your podcast like real soon. I already took care of everything, but it's like I have something I can go to as well, and then if it's certain holes in it, then I can probably get in touch with Dominique. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's that serious, and I just want to let you all know and put you in the know that it's things like here that people around you are using and just not telling you about. You know, especially in business, a lot of businesses are using this AI, and they're just simple as that. I mean, for teaching them how to gain sales, teaching them about the different ways to promote on their social media or on their on their commercials, like what type of mind are people in, right? It's AIs for everything, and you can just go and figure out what AI is best for you and how it can help you and broaden whatever you're doing. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to call anybody stupid, crazy, or none of that. No, if you do it yourself and that's where you at, hey, do your thing. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
If that's where you at, do your thing. But it is help out here that you don't have to call somebody all the time anymore.
I think there's a phrase that somebody told my wife a long time ago, right? Use AI, don't use AI, whatever, right? But somebody told her a long time ago, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. And so, again, try some of this stuff out. Like, think about something that's in your business that you've been trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Start there. Find one of those pain points and say, I wonder if XYZ, if it's copywriting, there's AI for that. Is it writing blogs? There's AI for that. Not to copy and paste, but at the very least to spark an idea. I write scripts for every single episode of Blackest America, every single episode of Beyond Theory and Recovery Replay for the company I work for. And it gets lonely in that podcast booth. And so sometimes I need somebody to bounce some ideas off. And Fajar's out on world tours and stuff. I can't always call him. You know what I'm saying? So I need somebody. And Lawrence, he's out, defending freedom, doing what he's doing. So I can't always call somebody. So it's nice to have this thing to like, hey, I'm looking for some research on XYZ. What do you think about that? Or whatever the case may be, right? There's a tool for what you're looking for. That's all I'm saying. A good friend of mine, John Best, who runs the Shelby County Schools, Memphis Shelby County Schools, what it's called
radio
now.
Station.
The radio station, right? He been on AI like crazy.
Yeah.
And he's using it. He's using it to fill in the late night, overnight slots at the radio station to play music, and not just play music, for like actual DJs.
Yeah.
To introduce said music.
Yep.
So, and that's going to bring more value to the radio station and what he's doing at Memphis Shelby County Schools. And so again, find that pain point in your business. And like, I wonder if there's AI for that can help me out. Not to replace anything, but to help leverage, to spark ideas, spark some ingenuity, or at the very least, take something off my plate that I can go work on something else. I can put my resources, i.e. this up here, put that resource towards something else because I already know that part's taken care of.
Right.
Right. So, just, and I said it earlier and I say it again. At the very least, just try it out. If you don't like it, then whatever. I get it. Then whatever. Or maybe you just haven't found the right one.
Right.
Because just because there's ChatGPT, there's other ones that are similar. Right. It's just that ChatGPT is the one that's getting all the, the whatever. Right.
Because it's free, first of all.
Well, they do have a paid version now.
Yeah, they do. I seen it. I
went on and signed up for that one last night because I saw the value in it. I saw the value in it. Right. But again, just try one out. Yeah. See if you like it. And if that one don't work, try another one. And if eventually you're like, I'm cool with all this stuff, that's fine. But at the very least, honestly, Fahar, I just want them to know.
Yeah, see,
I just want people to know, because to your point, for too long, people try to keep people away from the Holy Grail.
Right.
Top 1%, whatever. Right. I'm trying to get no top 1%. So this comment might bite me in the tail, but I'll deal with. I'll have enough money to deal with it at that time.
Hey,
my point is that like, there are, and hopefully I don't be like that. Hopefully I'm still, sharing information, stuff like that, because that's just important to me.
Yeah.
But anyway, there are people that try to keep information from you because they don't want you to, ascend to another level, if you will.
Right.
But that's not how we roll here at the Kings of Company. And I just want people to just know this information is out there. I just want you to know it. Figure it out, investigate it, see if it fits. If it don't, that's fine. But I just want you to I want you to at least have the option to know it is out there. That I you said earlier, and I couldn't agree with you more. I just want you to know there's information out there and that there are things and avenues and things you can leverage to make your job as a business owner easy. Because I mean, come on, being a business owner is hard.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you figure something out to ease that load, ease that burden a little bit? So
right.
AI, I think, and this is why we had this conversation, I think AI could be a great avenue for what you're trying to do. I'm done speaking.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say this, and we can ride. The AI I use is just making me smarter. It's making me smarter. And I like it's information that Dominique may not know, and anybody I know may not know that I could ask AI and it gives me details and it lets me know. It explains to me, where did you get this information from, AI? It would tell you where it got the information from. So right. It's just being aware. And the more you're aware of things, especially things that you want to do, the more you're aware of things, the more it could be a help to you in your future and whatever you got planned for your life. So that was our thing for today, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. And like I said, the Cash App is open 24 hours a day. That's Kings of Company on
Bless
Cash App.
Bless it.
Bless it if you can. We truly appreciate it. Today was on how to use AI in your business, which we talked about that. We're talking about, and I ain't gonna lie, I use it in my personal life. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like I certain stuff, just figuring certain stuff out. The best way to do this, blah blah. It's, oh my gosh, just be aware that it's something out there that can help you. It's something. I mean, if you need a resume done, it's something out there that can help you. I mean, gosh, man. And I hate that because I feel like I'm ahead of the curve and so much stuff. But this right here made me feel ignorant, and I'm glad it did, because now I want to know more about it. I want to know how it can help me and what it can do to. It's not gonna tell you. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say as we go. I'm not gonna tell you what Powerball to hit or the way to get $1 million, and
right.
You know what I'm saying?
It ain't gonna tell you what the numbers are. The numbers MUMMAS. The numbers. It ain't gonna tell you what the numbers is.
It's not gonna tell you that, but it could be real beneficial for information that you wouldn't get unless you knew somebody that was the genius at this information. So
right.
I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna go. Anything else you gotta say, Dominique?
I'm just gonna say a few things. I'm gonna keep it real quick.
Yeah.
AI is the avenue of knocking down the gatekeepers, the people who's trying to keep you from information. AI is the tool that is leveling the playing field, at least a little bit, not completely, but it's an avenue to level the playing field. It's the same thing the internet did in the 90s when people started making internet businesses and stuff like that. That's what this is. This is one of the, and this is not even my words. This is the chief market officer at MasterCard when I talked to him, right? This is a new revolution that you need to at least be aware of. Yeah. And I want you to be aware of it because I want you to have that information. You do with it what you may. You do with it what you may. But at the very least, I want you to have the information. And I'll say this last thing and I'll end it here. AI is not going to take your job. Somebody who knows how to leverage AI is going to take your job. And I'm going to end it there.
Yeah, man. And I appreciate that, brother. We really appreciate you all for tuning in on this month's episode of the Kings of Company. We'll be back at you next month with another episode. We got a few more before we go into our hibernation to get ready for the next season. So we thank y'all for tuning in. Big shots out to the Law. He's not able to be here. Y'all know he over there fight for the country. So thank you, man. Thank that brother for everything he does. I can't wait to have him back on the Kings of Company. He's just so much life into what we're doing, man. And so we love you, bro. Keep fighting, man. We appreciate it. And that's about it. Make sure you check out the website, check out the Cash App, you can tap on in there. And if you're watching right now, you can go back and watch the playback. It was a lot of information that was said, and even from the people that's watching, we learn a lot from you all as well. So let's check us out, man. And I guess that's about it, Dominique. We are the Kings of Company, man. And what?
We the man greatness. Go get the bag.
Get the bag all day. Peace.